Hello, my name is Jamie McHale, and I am the middle school and high school choir and handbells director. This is my 10th year now teaching music at King's. I was in and out a little bit during year 8 and year 9, starting a family. I have 2 kids of my own now who I will absolutely be sending to King's. One is 3 and one is 1. And I believe very strongly that this place is an incredible place to have our kids get their education, and not just that, but in a place that is so safe and so nurturing, and a place where their souls are being cared for, not just their minds. So yeah, I am a Wheaton College graduate. I majored in education and had a minor in music, mainly vocal performance, as well as playing a secondary instrument of piano, which I did not receive a minor in. I am not that good at it, but it is my secondary instrument. My family attends Converge Church. It's in Moorestown, and my husband and I, we lead worship. So we are a very musically inclined family, lots of music in our home. And his job, my husband's job, is actually the music and worship and youth pastor at Converge. So that's a little bit about my family and myself. What you need to know is that you are the parents of the students in my classes, whether it's choir or bells, middle school or high school. So for the whole group's sake, I'm just recording this one video with general information that's going to be pertinent to all of these ensembles. So thing number 1 is, what will your child learn in my class? And they will learn ensemble skills, which is kind of a musically fancy way of saying teamwork or sportsmanship. But it is more than that. And it's not necessarily something that can be quantified, but it's something that they will learn. And I describe it best as, honestly, the best comparison is the body of Christ. And that's something that I focus a lot on, being a crucial piece, albeit small, but being a crucial piece of a larger tapestry, a beautiful tapestry of how things are supposed to be. So you take an amazing handbell song or a lovely piece, a lovely choral piece. Every single aspect is so important. It's crucial, in fact. One bell is missing. Every time that note comes, there's a hole. It's not there. You're missing a male voice in the choir. The bottom drops out. It's missing. You are required to have every piece in order to function how we ought to. And like the body of Christ, it's just a reminder that we are here to do our job. And it's a lesson in humility, because it shows that it's not just about you, it's about everyone. And it's a lesson in community. And that is something that I stress greatly, and that is learned in my class just by nature of being in a performance ensemble. Thing number 2 is that they will learn how to read music. And this is essentially like taking a foreign language. For those of you who know how to read music or are musicians yourself, it is another language. And in the same way that a second language or third language develops your brain, so does music. I was actually reading an article from Johns Hopkins about the brain, and I don't know all the sciencey stuff behind it, but ultimately I do know what the summary was, and the summary was they put 2 MRI scans of a musician's brain and a non-musician's brain, and looked at the areas of the brain light up when the musician was reading music or playing music or performing, as opposed to the non-musician. And I don't know, it's just pretty incredible to see the fact that there are lifelong, not to be melodramatic, but lifelong benefits from learning how to read music, from knowing your instrument, and from performing and creating music. So yeah, essentially they are learning a second language through being in this course. The third thing is they will be performing music. Like I said, these are performance-based ensembles. They learn all their sportsmanship, they learn how to read music, they're going to learn how to sing different languages in choir, they're going to learn how to play different cultural pieces in handbells. There's a wide variety of different musical things that they will learn, but ultimately they're going to learn to perform those. And that's something that's very special, something that you, even as adults and parents, know that doesn't last very long. And you all remember those performance experiences when you were growing up. Mainly they come in the form of school. And so those moments of being on stage, of being featured, of giving of yourself, and just the confidence that it actually builds. Even though so many feel so nervous or scared to go on stage, it's such a confidence builder and such a wonderful experience that they will remember and hold on to. And I think that's a very important piece of joining something like this, and something that they're really going to reap the benefits of. Number 4, I'm looking at my list here, is finally another thing that's not necessarily able to be quantified, but actually not at all. Using your God-given gifts to then bring glory back to Him. It is such a temptation to use whatever we've been given, to use it for ourselves. And so I try very much to constantly, every single rehearsal, to turn the attention back to who gave you that gift, who made you able to play, who made you able to sing, who gave you that propensity toward being able to move rhythmically and sing rhythmically and understand music. That was God, and He gave it to you for a reason. And it's just a very humbling thing for them to really get. And again, it goes along with being the body of Christ. A lesson in humility, like I said, and then a lesson in confidence and gratitude toward our Creator for giving us that, for giving us the gift that we get to give back. And it's so much greater to give it back than to keep it for ourselves, because it ends with us then, as opposed to going on for God's kingdom. So those are the 4 main things, kind of the reasons why. If someone asked me, why should I join? That's what I would tell them. And you've already joined, or your students have already joined, which is excellent. I've already gotten to know a lot of them, which is excellent. I'm very excited for what we're going to put on. And so I just wanted to give you a little rundown of grades. I know that's important. As far as grading, participation is going to be the main component of their grade. 75% is based on participation, which is based on behavior, attendance, engagement in class. The 25%, the second piece of their grade, is performance. That's their assessment, that's their test. There is really no way to test other than seeing them perform, because in a performance ensemble, that is your assessment. So it's very important that you, as the transportation giver and the schedule maker of your child, that you're able to get them to their mandatory performances. There are 2 that are coming up. One is on Friday, December 10th. That's our Christmas concert. All of middle school and high school choir and bells are involved. And then Friday, April 1st, that is our spring concert. So I've written those down on the syllabus, which I've included in the email, as well as written them down in the body of the email. Please, right now, just grab your phone, make sure it's in your calendar. They're at 7 p.m. both nights at Sovereign Grace Church. That's your opportunity to see what we've been doing. And then there are a couple dates I would like you to remember. Middle school is going to be going to a music competition on May 13th, where they get judged and critiqued and kind of rated on their singing and bell playing. And then we, of course, we play at Six Flags for the rest of the day. That's the treat. We have not done that for the past 2 years for obvious pandemic reasons. I'm very hopeful and full of prayer that we will be able to do that this year. We don't know what May 2022 will look like, but that we're setting our plans in place. And concert choir, specifically high school concert choir, also needs to know that June 10th, they're required to sing at graduation. So those are just a few of the mandatory dates. Generally, I add dates throughout the year. For community events, we used to sing at, oh my goodness, how embarrassing. Sorry, my lights just went out. Anyway, I must have been staying too still. Anyway, our community events, we will obviously probably not be going to nearly as many of those as we used to. But yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to meet you yet in person necessarily, but you get to see me, and please shoot me an email introducing yourself. I would love to know who you are, and I will plan to see you at our first performance on Friday, December 10th. Nice to meet you.